Welcome to the channel, friends. So today's video is going to be covering the newly released LUX TQ1 smart thermostat. Now, we're going to first get into the setup and the base plate install of this thermostat, but I'm also going to cover other things in separate videos as well as in this video when it comes to lock and unlock, manual override, factory reset, 7-day schedule programming, as well as how to connect this smart thermostat to a phone app. Okay, you need a Matter-enabled hub or controller to do so, but we will get into that later in the video, and I will make separate videos for each one of these topics to break it down in a better fashion. So the very first thing we're going to cover is the installer settings. Okay, let's just pretend that this thing is already on your wall already, and you came across this thing and you want to change some of the install settings on the device, as well as some of the preferences. Then we'll get into the base plate and we'll start looking at the different wires in the next segment. But let's go ahead and take a look at how to do that. So press your menu button. If you don't know, these are touch buttons and you have 6 available. So you have your mode button, which was right here, your menu, your back button here in this corner, and then in this corner is the OK or Enter button to make your selections, and then your up and down. So let's use the up and down arrow, and let's go to installer page here. So we click on installer, and this is what I'm talking about. So let's first make sure that our thermostat has the correct settings. You know, usually when you plug this thing in, it's going to ask you some prompts, and these are the prompts that it's going to ask you. So you can come back at a later date and change these, okay? So no worries, let's go through that first. This is most likely what you're watching this video for, but let's go ahead and check this out. So the first one is going to be in the installer page is the system summary. So let's take a look at that. So it's going to basically run down what's connected. It's a 2-stage boiler, no fan, 2-stage air conditioner. Okay, so it basically, this is what it asks you when you first plug this thing in and power it up. Okay, so it's basically giving you a rundown, not really much selection here. Also, it says S1 and S2 are not used. Those are separate external temperature sensors that you can wire into the back plate. We'll cover that later, just briefly. But let's back out of it. And let's go to the next available option, so available modes. So our available modes, basically here, we can turn off and on different modes, heating mode, cooling mode, or auto mode. That's a preference, so if you want to turn off your heat completely, you would go in here and change that and turn it off. Same thing with the automatic changeover, which is the last option. You can go in there and turn it off. Everything is turned on right now. I'm going to leave it like that. Back to the main installer page. So let's scroll down to the temp control. Now this gives you some options when it comes to first stage swing temperature. It allows you to adjust that swing, as well as second stage offset. Okay, you can go ahead and adjust that offset. Then other options include the auto deadband. Okay, so that's basically the difference between the auto changeover differential there, the delta. And the very last option, let's hit OK to that. And the very last option is early recovery. So that means it's going to preheat or pre-cool depending on your allotted time for your time periods of the day. Okay. We're going to hit OK and hit back. The next option is temperature limit. Let's go check that out. So this is going to set maximum and min temperatures for heating and cooling. So the first option is max heat. Then the next option is minimum heat. Okay, so if you have it in the garage or different room in the house, basement. Max cool and then min cool. So these are just different thresholds or like min and maxes that you want to set. Okay, those are very easy to set. Next is going to be temperature calibration. So let's take a look at that. It's going to be using the built-in sensor it's telling us here. And you really don't have much option. And you can go ahead and change and offset the temperature, okay, depending on how it sits in the room. Okay, if it sits in a sunny part of the room and there's sun on here, you're going to want to offset that negative, okay? That way it's not showing that the temperature is higher than it really is because of the sunlight hitting the thermostat. So you would go ahead and adjust that negative or positive, depending on the situation, okay? And we can hit OK, and we just hit back. Next one on the installer page is protection. So this is for the compressor for your AC. So basically we have a minimum off time. Usually you want to set that to like 5 minutes. You don't want your compressor turning on excessively in the event that it turns off and on. You want to give it some rest time, and 5 minutes is usually a pretty good time. Okay. We're going to go ahead and like change that to 5 minutes. Minimum on time. So this is basically a minimum amount of time that you want it to stay on. Okay, so you can adjust this as needed. I'm going to put 5 minutes for this as well. And then back out of this, and we're going to go to the next option. And the next option is factory reset. It's self-explanatory. If you wanted to factory reset the device, this is where you would do it. You would completely erase everything on this thermostat and start over from a factory state. Okay? We're going to hit back. Now that we covered the installer page, let's go to the preferences, which is right above it. This is also covered when you first plugged in the unit. It would ask you all these questions. So first one's going to be display, active brightness. You can have the brightness on and off. You can have a night mode on this as well, which is nice. You could have it a night indicator, and it gives you time frames of when it's going to go. Basically, nothing on the screen. Okay, that's good to know. But that's very customizable. It's very good. Next is going to be lock. We're going to come back to that. Time and date. This is where you would set the time and date. As you can see there, just go through there, adjust your time and date. Next is format. Format's going to be Fahrenheit or Celsius for your first one here. You can change that. Hit OK. And then the clock format, 12-hour or 24-hour. Next is location. If you wanted to have it use your location, and we're not going to cover that. And then the next option is reset user data. That will just erase certain particulars in here, and not your schedule, and not your your app connection to your phone. But this is just user data, like usage time and things like that. And that's it when it comes to preferences. Let's go back in there and let's do the lock unlock. Okay, lock unlock is something common that people want to know about, so let's cover it. Lock unlock is simple to use. It gives you some options here. The first option is obviously the lock level, the type of locking you want. And then the second one is you're setting your passcode. Okay, so it's going to ask us set lock level. It's either going to be none, only for setting the temperature, or a full lock to do anything on the device. We're going to go full lock. So let's turn that on. Let's set the passcode. I'm just going to keep it as all zeros. Okay. Now, let's back out of this. Let's let it go to an idle state. Okay, so as you can see here, I tried to wake it up, and you see a little lock at the bottom here. That means it's locked. So let's go ahead and try to get past it. Now you would enter your passcode. I recommend writing this down, because if you forget your passcode, I'm not sure exactly how to get back into this. I don't think that a factory reset would even do it. So let's go ahead and enter our passcode, which is all zeros. And as you can see, we're back into the thermostat, and we can operate it and do whatever we need and change settings. Go back to the menu and do whatever we need to do. But yeah, recommended that you write down your passcode somewhere in your owner's manual and tuck that away in a safe place with other manuals. Okay, so that there was the basic setup, going through the menu options and the installer setup. Let's go into the back side of the thermostat and show you the base plate and kind of like your common configurations you're going to see for wiring. Okay, so let's take a look at the base plate and the back side of the thermostat. As you can see, we have no batteries. This is a C-wire powered thermostat. You have to have a C-wire to use it, to power it up. There's no other options. So there's also one thing you want to note when it comes to a jumper selection here. So you want to have basically the jumper on the right if you have only a red wire on the base plate. Okay, so that pertains to this wire right here. So if you only have the red wire hooked up, this jumper has to be to the right. Okay, there's 3 connections here. Okay, 3 pins. And if you had both the RH and the RC, you would go to the off position. Okay, so if there was both a wire, another red wire connected here to the RC, and both RH, that's when you would have this condition here in the off position. But since we only have one of these wires, which is one red wire connected to RH, the proper setting is that right there on this jumper, so to the right. Okay, so getting that out of the way, that's important to know. There's really nothing going on in the backside besides you have your pins and that one jumper that you have to get correct. So let's take a look at the base plate and what that's about, okay? So here we have the base plate, and this is the most common kind of wires you're going to see. And I'm going to quickly run through this and show you what each one of these does in a kind of brief way. Okay, so here we have basically a C-wire adapter. Now, LUX also offers the power bridge, which does the same thing, okay? And if you have the power bridge, this PB right here stands for power bridge. You would hook up the PB wire to this right here, okay? But I have the Honeywell style one, and I'm going to use this for the demonstration. So we'll start at the top here. We have the C, which is the common wire. Okay, that's your blue wire. Okay, that powers up the thermostat so it can operate. Okay, you need that wire in order to use this device. Okay, the yellow wire goes to the Y setting here, the Y terminal. Like I said, PB is the LUX power bridge. Okay, that powers up the thermostat as well. It's basically like having another common wire, which supplies 24 volts. The green wire is your fan wire. Okay, that's a very common wire. RH is the red wire, which supplies 24 volts as well. We don't have anything in RC, but that's the cooling stage transformer input. Okay, so if you had 2 red wires, like I said, you would have one for RC for a transformer for the cooling, and then RH is the transformer for the heating. Same thing, they're both 24 volts. The next one is the star, which is used for, it is a multi-use terminal that's used for second stage heating. Okay. The W is your first stage heating. So it ties into the star. Star is your second stage. W, white wire, is going to be your first stage heating. Okay. And then over here on this side, this Y2/GH, that's used for your second stage cooling. The Y is for cooling as well. So that's your first stage cooling, Y1 essentially, and then Y2 is your second stage cooling wire. And also it says GH, which means fan high. So if you had a high-speed fan setting, second stage fan, it would also be connected to this. That's an option. These S1, S2, and SC, that has to do with external temperature sensors that are wired into the base plate, okay? And you can select those in the thermostat. But that there is the base plate. It has a built-in level, which is really nice. It gives you a quick description here of some things. But it's very basic. It's not that elaborate, as you can see. When you remove the thermostat from the wall, you want to go straight off the thermostat, okay? Because this just snaps into place. There's nothing on the exterior. When you do this, you want to come straight off the wall, and the base plate will come right off from the thermostat, okay? This is secured to the wall with obviously some self-tapping screws or wood screws, depending on what you need. And that is provided in the box, okay? So I will go over that really quick. Here is the box. And it comes with accessories, which is the self-tapping screws and drywall anchors. I will show that, as you can see there. So it comes already in the box with what's needed to mount it on the wall. Very nice packaging. Very modern unit. It's a really good looking unit, I must say. I like the touch screen, but the packaging is also very nice. Very minimalist. Alright guys, so that there wraps up the setup menu, the installer menu, as well as some of the menu options available for the thermostat, and going over the base plate and all those other things that some people might want to know about. So that's going to be it for this video. Please check out my other videos on the manual override, lock and unlock, factory reset, installer setup like we just covered here, 7-day programming, and connecting this thermostat to a phone app. But I want to thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.